Here's Bing. And what do you know? What do you know? She's playing pool with Beth. Have you ever played pool before, Beth? No? Okay. Have you played pool before, sweetie?
Oh yeah, on the computer.
On the computer. Okay. Where are we, Bing?
We're at Waterfront Hotel, Casino Hotel at Mactan Airport, Cebu City.
In Cebu City. And we're here with Terence and Beth Martin.
Yes.
And it's been about a year since we've seen them last. And we wanted to get an update on their personal life, and then also an update on the projects that they are now doing and have been approved for through Terence and Beth Martin Giving Hope Incorporated. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that's the YouTube channel you can go to get updated on all their new projects. And you're on house building number 42, 43?
Well, we finished 42. We finished 42, and pretty well we're in waiting. We're still in waiting for our permit to solicit funds, which is why on all of our videos we put the disclaimer that we are presently not accepting or soliciting funds for our charity. So that's our situation right now. We're in limbo, as the Catholics would say. So we're really just waiting.
Just waiting for that. But in the process, you've kind of put your own funds into building quite a bit. What are some of the projects? I've seen something regarding a school.
And Dennis's house, and we've been helping out with a school.
Yeah.
School.
And so we have also some students that we supported.
Oh, you do? Okay.
We got one in college that we supported because for me, education is very important.
Yeah.
So I wanted to pay back because I've been there when nobody, So Terence and I always agree that we want to invest in education to other kids.
Oh, okay. So with the school, can you tell me more what you were doing with that school? Because I saw tractors, I saw backhoes and...
Yeah, oh well, no, that was another project.
Okay.
That is in limbo.
Okay.
But the school project as such was, we were just going in and just helping out a little there. There was nothing huge on that. But the principal there was a go-getter, and she had pushed, and really she had spearheaded lots of stuff that had happened on that school, which was almost non-existent when she started, was how we got it. And she had innovated quite a lot, and she was very good at getting people to help her. So we went there. Why did we go there, Beth? In the first place?
Buying bags.
We had
some school supplies.
Yeah, we had some school supplies and stuff that we wanted to give away, and we decided that we'd go to some of the other islands, and we'd been to Sag Island.
Yeah, to Mahanay, to Noknokan, some islands that we didn't been going.
Yeah, and these are pretty basic islands because there's no cars, and on some of them not even any tricycles.
Wow.
Just motorcycle.
Yeah.
Wow.
So for this particular project, we had to make it so that we got the materials to our port, which is a grassroots port. At the moment there's nothing elaborate there at all.
Yeah.
And once there, it goes by pump boat, and then when it gets to the port over there, which is also pretty grassroots, it's loaded onto a wooden push cart,
Wow.
Yeah.
to get there. They don't even have a carabao and a sled, do they?
No,
Like we have.
even water, because we are now in cement, floor cement. We need to get the water to use for the cement
Wow.
in the mainland.
Oh my.
So
Oh.
we're gonna get the water from the mainland, transport it in the boat, and then going to the
Island?
school.
Wow.
So
Because-
logistically,
Yeah,
it's a nightmare.
it's a hassle, you know,
Yeah.
but it's for the students there, because they have a well there, but the owner will not allow to get it because it's only limited.
Oh.
Oh.
And what
There's
it-
only few.
Yeah, what had happened was that what we are helping out some is in a classroom that the basic had been, the walls and the roof had been put in, but the interior cladding
The cement.
and the cement on the floor. So we've said that we would handle that.
Yeah,
Wow.
we're doing this double selling because it's cooking class. You
Oh.
know, so if they're doing cooking and then there's something falling
Yeah.
from the bamboo cladding,
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had it where
It's a school.
yeah, it's a classroom.
Yeah.
It's
And
the
how m-
first class. It's their third year now.
How many kids are in the school?
I think
would you say?
200 something.
200.
Yeah, 200. It's just their third
And
year
they're all from that island.
from that island. But they're already trying to. They already communicate to the Department of Education for the funding, so they could have the buildings, but maybe 3 to 5 years.
well they've been approved. They've been approved to have the school built, but this is
In other words, they do have permit.
They have.
yeah, it's been approved,
Grade,
and they'll
grade
get their
six.
funding.
Yeah,
But as you know, it's hurry up and wait, and it takes time for the wheels to actually start turning.
Yeah.
And so, meantime, this coming year they've got for that
Grade
class.
10.
They've got
Yeah, because they're from grade 7 to grade 9. So
Right.
next school year, they need to have another classroom for the grade 10. So that
So-
those that grade 9 will move to grade 10 instead of going to the mainland. They continue studying there.
because that's what the children from Sag, is it from Sag Island?
Gindakpan from other island.
Right, and they go, and what they used to have to do was to go back and forth every day, and
Oh.
it's just
Yeah.
it's not doable. And then they started to sleep on the floor of one of the buildings that was rented by Village of Hope,
Oh.
and then this piece of land came up that had been donated to Village of Hope, and they allowed for the dorm to be built on.
Oh.
So now they're able to sleep in the dorm, and they have an adult there, you know, like a house mother
Yeah.
and father, and so they're under supervision.
Yeah.
But these are really independent kids, and they cook and feed for themselves. And the school is only not even a kilometer, is it?
Yeah. That's
Wow.
It's just down
that's
the
30
road.
kids. The total of them, 25 from the mainland, from the island.
Oh
So
wow.
instead of them going to the island every day, they're staying there. So to
There's-
save also
yeah.
the finances.
So Sunday night they
Night dormitory.
Yeah.
get there Sunday night and stay until Friday evening,
Oh.
and then
They go home
I think-
practically on the weekend.
Yeah, I think the size of that is 30 by 30, right?
Yes.
30 by 30. We separate the room for the boys and the girls.
Wow.
They have their own door.
And then we built bunk beds.
Yeah,
and,
bunk beds.
The last video was of a couple of study tables that I built up at the house,
Oh yeah.
because I used to make furniture. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I saw
So that was I quite enjoyed getting back to doing a little of that.
Yeah. That's
Don't-
very nice.
I don't want to do too much, but a little is fine.
Wow. So.
This is what I was like. I told Beth already. We were dreaming about, because I really would like to be on that education thing.
Yeah.
And I am a teacher. I could teach English, everything, to
Yeah.
math. Or
She's a very
elementary
good
math.
teacher. Yeah. Very good.
And of course, ethics and character education to the kids.
Maybe for you, Dean, a special course might be very good, that you teach those. So for kids who are struggling, I mean, we know a couple of kids that are actually struggling and are resorting to tricks in order to get through. You know, instead of actually being able to read, some are memorizing
Yeah. Right.
memorizing what the words look like. So the actual initial foundational understanding that's needed of what
Starting with the alphabet.
with the alphabet, and is it A or
Counting.
A
Yeah.
or R, and they don't know that.
Phonetics.
Yes, so they're not able to piece things
don't have that.
together, you know. So
Right.
maybe a special educational slot would be the one for you.
This is, I would like to have that. I would like to do that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wish, but I don't know what's gonna be in the future.
Yeah, we
for
don't
us.
quite know yet at this point, but
Right.
It's all
But
coming
I wish
together.
I could. We'll just get some
Yeah.
prayer.
yeah.
I think sometimes, most of the time, you have to, if you can allow it to unfold rather than push,
Exactly.
you know. Sometimes you can be going in the right direction even, and somebody tries to push you in that direction, and you know, if you're walking out the door already, and then somebody tries to push you out the door, you're going to resist that to get back in when you were not going back in.
Yeah.
in the first place.
Right.
How far is that from your house?
Itape. 30
Itape.
minutes, 30, 40 minutes.
No, it's a taffy.
Yeah, Itape to our place. Maybe 20 minutes.
No, what I mean from your house to that island,
Oh, to the island.
to the island.
Oh well, you've got to get to the port, which is about 6 kilometers,
Yeah,
something like that, and then about 30
30
minutes.
minutes.
30
In the
minutes
boat.
ride
In the port,
on a
yeah.
pump boat. Yeah.
Now, the Village of Hope, is that on the same island, or do they have various areas?
It's the same place as we live.
Oh,
In
okay.
fact, it's one of those things that the road is this way, but if you were able to go that way, you know, there are two roads. One
Oh.
leads to us, the other leads to
Oh.
Village of Hope.
Oh,
But
okay.
as the crow flies,
Yeah, we're just in the same, just mountains.
Yeah.
ahead.
Oh,
we're just looking over the other mountains. You know, so it's fairly close, but in order for our vehicles, we need to go down to the road, do a right turn, and then do another right turn to go back again.
now sometimes you two go to a fork in the road and then you turn according to faith, I have noticed. You're not quite sure which way to go, so you go according to faith.
Oh, when
I
we're
heard
when we're
some
going,
of your videos.
yeah, going to the Village of Hope. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been.
But that's your
So-
foundation, Village of Hope.
No.
No,
No.
that's the
Different.
orphanage.
Different.
That's the
Village of
orphanage.
Hope is
Yeah,
an
I heard
orphanage.
that you mentioned it at the
Yeah.
I mean before, long
Yeah,
before.
It's an orphanage there.
Yeah.
And you've worked with the Village of Hope in
Yeah,
a lot of
we-
different ways.
We work with them whenever we can, and we support them once a month with what is it, 6 or 8
6 bags
bags.
of rice.
Oh.
6 bags of rice, which is a bag for each house,
Yeah.
plus
Yeah.
bag and a half.
Oh.
And the name of your foundation is also similar, almost similar.
Is
It's Terence, Beth Martin, Giving Hope,
Oh,
INC.
oh, it's the same like Hope.
After
There is Hope,
now we're
but-
just Terence and I says, why is it we use our name Terence, Beth Martin, Giving Hope? It's very long. Can we just say Bird in the Mountain?
When I type in Giving Hope Incorporated on YouTube, I get it. It's right there. If I put Terence and Beth Martin, I get Foreigner in the Philippines, and then you'll see Giving Hope over here.
Yeah.
But if I put Giving Hope Incorporated on YouTube search, it goes right to Terence and Beth Martin Giving
well,
Hope
that's funny
Incorporated.
because when we were talking about it,
Finally, just
complaining about
It's
the
very
idea
long.
that it's so long, I said, why don't we just get people used to saying Giving Hope,
Yeah.
Giving Hope Inc.
Giving Hope Incorporated.
You know.
Yeah, that's what we
It's
thought.
It's
Giving
kind-
Hope Incorporated.
It's kind of like Bingalah Travels, which was the worst name you could ever
yeah,
give a
because it's
channel.
very long.
But because you always have to spell it to everybody. But the thing is,
And also,
we've had it so we've had it so long that changing it now makes it difficult.
Yeah, that's what we talk for Terence.
So anyway, but
I think what you have to do is you have to incorporate change that you want it to go to underneath. So
Yeah.
like for us, you know, if we were, well, we don't have to because it wouldn't be completely different. But we would get people used to saying giving hope.
Yeah.
yeah,
And that would probably, so we refer to ourselves as giving hope.
yeah,
And when we talk about the difference, because we have several different channels, Beth has her channel, Foreigner's Wife. For me, a foreigner in the Philippines. There's another storytelling channel that we have, which is inactive at the moment. But then there's the Giving Hope.
yeah.
the one that where you were giving pieces of advice to,
Was a foreigner in the Philippines.
that is foreigner in the
Yeah.
Philippines.
And then there's the foreigner's wife in the Philippines.
There's a problem with the relationship, even
Giving
in
hope.
sexual relationship and all this stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. Is that foreigner in the Philippines?
Well, it's a bit tongue in cheek, you know. If you watch some of those, especially the one where that said, well, anyway, it's not our problem. Go and sort your own problem.
Right.
Yeah, so okay, so how about your personal lives? How are things going with your mother and everyone up on the on the property, and how is everybody?
We couldn't do without Nana.
Nana?
Yeah. I could imagine.
And she's known to everyone as Nana. That's become
Yeah,
her name.
Nana.
Her
Yeah.
name's
Mother.
The Maxima, but everybody calls her Nana.
Nana,
So
yeah.
she is mother to everybody.
Right.
So very, very important.
Yeah.
And then we have, as you know,
Yeah.
somewhere in the background, you should be looking at 4 children.
Yes.
3 children. It was to have been 4, but 3 children that we brought with us.
Yeah.
You know,
It's like-
3 of the kids
Yeah.
that are part of our life.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nana is doing well now that we let her use the Wi-Fi. So every
Wi-Fi.
day she sit
Oh,
down,
she already
and then suddenly she just laugh because she
Oh.
watched the actors and actress movie. So I said, what's
it's
happening, Nana?
entertaining.
And she's watching.
Oh.
Entertaining.
So this
She's
is new
become
for her.
addicted.
Yeah, it's new.
Oh.
She's become addicted.
Yeah.
So
But
she-
we let her do what she wants. For example, watering the plants, having the dogs because it's the usual.
Yeah.
And it's her.
Yeah.
It's her anyway.
something you can-
She loves
she can
doing
do.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's not under.
So going back to Nana, you know, when my mother is began to be unable, it's like we're losing slowly but surely our right hand. Yeah, our right hand. That's what makes me very sentimental, emotional, because I never had a mother like this before that I could cry on. I could tell everything, and then she would listen and scolded me and give me pieces of advice, things like that.
Yeah.
Now that she's unable, we lost. My sister would say we are slowly losing our right hand in the family.
Yeah.
They are foundational, especially in Filipino culture. The elder, they still have the concept of the elder.
Yeah.
Whereas in Western cultures, the elders are disappearing. The concept of the elder is disappearing now. Now
Yeah.
they put them in homes.
Right.
They put them in homes.
Yeah.
I actually saw something. I saw something on YouTube, and they were reporting on it was a link for the coronavirus, and they were saying that it's being exaggerated, over-exaggerated, but then the statement that came after that was indicative of the attitude of the West to their elders. They said, instead of concentrating so many resources on the coronavirus, we should be focusing on building nursing homes,
Yeah.
Huh. Wow.
which is sad, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
as soon as you remove the older people from the society, they're missing.
Right.
We just couldn't think about not having men out there.
Yes.
And I don't know, the idea, well, where would I be if I was in the West now?
Yeah.
Kindergarten.
No, not
It's a card.
Oh, you're talking about second childhood. My wife is so supportive of me.
How do you call
Whoa,
second child?
what's that, dear? Where will I be? Yes. I remember something about that.
Yeah.
Ironically, that's a gospel song what people use at funerals, in the garden.
What's
In
that?
the garden.
In the garden.
In the garden.
Yeah.
So, okay, so Nana is doing well, though. She's got TV now, so she would know who that actor was that we saw today.
Indeed, yes.
Who was the actor we saw today?
Oh,
Robin
Robin
Padilla.
Padilla.
Robin Padilla. The women all know, and all the kids knew, and so, and Terence and Terence and I had no clue who he was. I didn't.
No.
Of course, how would you know that?
And not
That's a
only no
very
clue,
local
no
act.
interest.
No.
And Beth, when this poor man, this actor, passed by, finally was able to get a cup of coffee or something for his breakfast, I actually said to him, "Sorry about that, sir." I said, "Oh, it's okay."
Same
And
with
Beth asked me, "Why did you say you're sorry?" "Oh, because he's here just to get his breakfast."
same when we went to Panglao, we stayed there for a night, and then when we got the breakfast, Jesse Libera, it's also an actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the waitress says, "Ma'am, he's an actor." So I said to Terence, "Come on, let's do a picture." I said, "No." Why is it you're disturbing me? Miss eating with her family.
Leave him alone.
No, let's go.
But there's still this little atmosphere in the US like that. Whenever you see like whoever actors from the whole,
Oh, all the time.
Renee could get crazy with.
Oh, of course. Renee's
On the
crazy about any handsome man. She's crazy about Duterte.
Oh, yeah.
My sister loves
Yeah,
Duterte.
Renee.
She just, I mean, she just think he is.
When I get there, when they want to get there.
She's crazy about him. She says, I can't even watch him.
Terrible.
Well, what is it? Power is a great aphrodisiac.
Yeah.
Great
He likes
talent.
strong men.
My stepsister and I were walking through the airport one time, and Steve Martin was sitting over
That
there,
was the one I meant,
and I said,
Steve Martin.
and it was quiet, very
How are you
quiet,
related to
middle
that?
of the night,
Steve
very
Martin.
quiet, and he's sitting over there quietly trying to be inconspicuous, and I said, Anne, don't say anything, but that's Steve Martin over there. She goes, Steve Martin? And
It's like Beth
the
today
poor
with
guy,
Robin Padilla.
90 decibels.
and we passed a pillar, and when we passed the pillar, he was gone. After we went to the other side of that pillar, he was gone. So anyway, that gives us an idea of what you two have been doing all this time. And so, anything else you want to say?
Well, we've been a long time waiting for these approvals,
Yeah,
and we're hoping that will come to an end very soon.
yeah,
Because it's very difficult for us to turn people away. Many people are asking, can they donate? And we are having to repeat our disclaimer saying that right now we are not approved to solicit funds. We're not, that's the wording, we're not allowed to solicit funds. And
Yeah.
we're not soliciting funds.
right, right. Yeah,
So that's the way it is, but it means it's very difficult for us, because we're still trying to do what we would have to term humanitarian
yeah,
acts,
right.
what the Americans call random acts of kindness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because if somebody goes to the house, we cannot say no.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So we're going to give them on what we can have.
Yeah. Well, and as you know, we always wanted our little goal to go forward, and we can't even move forward with that, to help with Bibles and so forth, because we see the restriction. You cannot do this. It's very clear. So
Even
it's
though-
frustrating for us.
Even so with Bibles.
Anything, any kind of donation, we can't give to them. No.
Well, we cannot solicit.
They cannot solicit.
We
That
can't
is
solicit. That's the thing there.
technical side,
We
right?
cannot solicit, and this will be the point that will be brought up.
Okay, so we're toward the end of the video now, and we just wanted to ask a question. How are things going? I know you two had talked about having children at one point, and what is the status of that? You also talked about adopting.
Oh.
So how are things going with that?
Yeah, we're still waiting for an update for our adopting process.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, we already
Oh.
attend the seminar, but because of our age, the age
Well,
factor.
honey, it's not our age, it's my age.
Yeah, his age factor is another concern because as what it says, it's about
There's a tiered system in the adoption process. The best adoption success that is there is if, say, a sister offers her sister one of her children. If she's having a child and they can't afford to have it, then she'll allow her sister, and then her cousin, and then her second cousin. And you can see that the further away that it gets from the center of the family, then the more difficult it is. But on the outer perimeter, what you would call the Siberia of the adoption country is the old foreigner, which I have to put my hand up and confess to being an old foreigner. But they don't look at the capability of the parent or prospective parent. The other thing that was very difficult for me as a foreigner to understand was that in the process of adopting in the Philippines, the adoptive parents do not get to see the child.
Oh.
This is it's something that it's a mystery to me, because for me, I would have thought that the most important thing would be to establish a connection between the parents and the child.
Right.
So when we go to the Village of Hope, not every child comes up and is happy to see us.
Yeah.
Some say hello and that's enough for them, and then others are absolutely delighted to see us, and it varies. It's not black or white. There's all shades of grey, and that's what we would have thought would be the way, but it's not. You go through all of the paperwork, and assuming, which is a big assumption, assuming that you are accepted, the powers that be find a child for you, and because of what they've learned about you, they then deem whether this child or that child will be ideal for you.
Wow.
And they select a child and say, this is the child, and it's almost like
An arranged
you signed
marriage.
all of the papers, yes, and then a child comes through the door.
Wow.
Wow.
That is really different.
So that's very difficult for us. We're also considering fostering, but in the meantime we are heavily associated with providing for children, and children, when we do a house, children are always at the center of the decision to build a house.
Yeah.
If it's just a couple, unless there are some really extenuating circumstances, like in the case of Dennis has had his right leg amputated, so he's struggling, and we decided that we would like to help him.
Mm-hmm.
So there are exceptions, but mainly it's about the kids.
Yeah.
And we're very interested in having our own child, which we're still trying to do, and we pray for always.
Yeah. Right. Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So, any of the kids on the farm, I call it the farm, out in the country there, any of those kids are prospective being foster parents of those kids?
No.
None.
As far as choice goes, there are probably 100 children who we would be willing to adopt just in the church.
Yeah.
At various times, whether we're doing help or support or anything like that. 80 to 100 kids, and
It's all those complicated issues that come.
you know, we would love.
Yeah.
We not just pick a child and said, we're going to adopt this.
Not according to this
No.
Yeah.
system.
No,
It
definitely
takes 2
not.
to 3 years for the process of adoption.
Oh, that's the other thing.
Yeah, it
And
takes 2
it
to 3
takes.
years. Because
Wow.
I think there are first reading, second reading until 4. For that, the attorney will going with you.
Well,
Wow.
there's two different, almost like two different departments or two different sources of decisions needed. You need the DSWD, who will have their own parameters within which they
Their own
operate,
program.
and then you have to go to the court.
Yeah,
Wow.
for
And
the
the court
attorney.
has to agree. But apparently legislation is being proposed now by one congressman who's trying to simplify that so that you only have to go through the one.
Yeah, and the last time we asked the attorney about how much is the process, is either 70 to 100,000 for the process alone.
From 70 to 100,000 pesos
Yeah.
for the process.
Yeah.
And that's probably just the
And
beginning
it's not
because
including on the appearance of the attorney, which is 10 to 15,000 from Tagbilaran to Taliban.
oh my. Oh yeah.
So it's very expensive.
Oh man.
And they come to see your house, and
Look around and
Make sure
like,
it's all
yeah,
Say tawag ganyan, let's say if you would, they would evaluate
Yeah.
what's your
Which is
income, how much, and what is your environment around.
yeah. But of course, I guess they have to look at every aspect of it. I know it's easy. It's easy when you dream of having a child of your own in whatever capacity.
yeah.
It's easy to get judgmental and say, "What the heck? Why don't they just?" But they're doing their best,
Yeah.
you know. I'm guessing they're doing their best. It just seems so,
Bureaucratic.
yeah, long-winded.
A lot of red tape
Yeah.
and then the final update is on the pool.
The pool. That's,
So-
at the moment, the pool is our tiled hole in the ground. And even when it's finally filled with water, a lot of people will be saying, as they have said, that's not a pool, that's
Hot
a
tub.
jacuzzi
Yeah, it's very soon.
or a fish pond. But we'll be very happy with that.
Yeah, even somebody is saying that why would you because we bought a koi fish, right? Why
yeah.
would you just put the koi fish in your swimming pool then?
Coin, you mean?
Koi.
Koi fish.
Koi fish.
Oh, koi fish. Yeah.
Well, by next year, maybe we'll have a chance to go. We will go up and visit,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
maybe the
You'll be very
pool.
welcome.
Thank
Yeah,
you, and the
thank you
pool
so
will be
much.
ready by that time. And
I really would like to do that.
yeah, she wanted to go this time very much. Well, thank you very much, you two, for this interview again. Our
Thanks.
year 2 update, and we'll look forward to year 3 update
Yeah.
again.
Well, it'd be nice if we were 3 the next time you update.
Yes.
Thank
And
you for being here.
Thank you.
And
Thank you so much for inviting us and sharing this with us. We're very, very grateful. And thank you so much for the books.
Oh, you're very
Roger.
welcome.
Roger bought, this is just one of the books that he bought. He's probably given me enough reading, which he'd already done anyway. He'd given me enough reading for the next 3 or 4, 5, 6,
10 years.
should I say, dare I say months? No, these books, some of these books I've already read and I wanted to read again.
Grapes of
Yeah.
Wrath.
Thank you, sir, because I love to read books.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
I don't blame you, Beth.
Yes, dear.
I don't blame you.
But we do know that Beth is a professional when it comes to counting, accounting. So we bought her
Yes.
another large calculator.
I'm one of it. That is without battery, I guess. Is it?
Without battery, yes. But I don't know if there's a battery. It might be a battery in there. But,
Thanks for watching.
and salamat po.
Salamat po. Yeah.
Thank you again. Bye-bye. Coming back to the pool where Terence, Beth, and the 3 kids are. Waterfront Hotel, Cebu, Mactan, Cebu. This is the pool here at Mactan, Cebu, Philippines. Beautiful pool. We'll find Terence somewhere here. Here he is, playing ping pong with his wife. And the kids are out here playing. Hello there.
Beth, can you put that down before you
Turning it into a different game altogether. Oh, that's funny. What are you 3 doing? You're just relaxing? Well, you sure are. Look at that. Fast asleep.